Hi guys, welcome to DOdaily. It's Des here. Who's up for the Tuesday Do City Slickers solidarity session? Really looking forward to it tonight. Really feel like I'm back on it after the misdemeanor last week. Of course, the walk on Sunday really picked my spirits up, and then did a bit of exercise, but having a bit more of a rest yesterday with my sore feet made me feel it's made me ready. Really looking forward to getting out for a run with Kay. You know, that's going to be nice. The weather's absolutely amazing still as well, so use it, don't lose it. We are actually forecast some bad weather now coming up, and it seems like we've had this amazing weather for so long, so do make the most of it. Please get out if you can. We all know how good it's been. You know, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 weeks. Got great participation, you know, and what the solidarity run is there for is almost in a way to replace the group run we'd normally be doing. With the City Slickers, we all run together, we all sort of work off each other, we encourage the people who are just getting involved. And this is what I want to do on a Tuesday, is just sort of try and create that group spirit again. Of course, we've got an amazing community at Do Running, there's lots of people involved and there's lots of people working with me. The guys at Get Out, Get Active Nottingham and their Stay Safe campaign are really behind and supporting what we do here, because it's important to keep that spirit that we know how good it is. We know how good it is in normal life, in everyday sort of non-lockdown periods, but of course things have changed slightly and we're having to suffer what's happening at the moment. And I say suffer, what we need to do, we need to really embrace the change. You know, there's things we can take forward from this. Personally, I want to carry this on when this whole pandemic's over. I want to sort of be able to do the group runs, and I want to be able to do daily and encourage people again to sort of feel part of this group. Of course, there's activities out there for everybody to go and get involved in, but for some, they might have some kind of barriers that are blocking them, something that stops them getting involved. You know, it's a bit daunting to start with to get into a group. So if anyone's looking in, please join us. Like I say, you don't have to join us physically, just get out, do some activity, 6:30, anything you want. Just knowing the guys are out there with you, whether it's running or cycling or whatever it is, just knowing the guys, it acts as great motivation and inspiration to keep you going. Also keep ourselves going. It's working sort of fantastically well. All the great pictures and the social media posts and the Instagram story, they're all fantastic. So if you want to post them, no matter whether you've been involved in the group before or not, hashtag solidarity session, tag us in at DOdaily19 and at DOdaily 2020 and at DOrunning19, and we'll get those posted up. And like I say, it might just keep you ticking over, it might just keep you sort of driving forward during what's happening at the moment. What I really want to touch on today, and it's important today with the solidarity session and talking about spirit and togetherness and thinking forward, it's really, I'm just starting to notice that people are getting a little bit fed up, perhaps a little bit fed up of what's being put on from them. What I will do is urge people please keep sort of embracing what's being put out there for you, whether it's myself, an activity, or partners I work with in other activity, or just there's music programs on the internet, there's online pub quizzes and all sorts. Just keep getting involved, you know. Find whatever works for you. At the weekend, I tend to sort of cut away from the whole do daily thing and the work thing and my other work, and just put music on. Everybody who knows me knows I listen to DJ Sanj, I listen to Radio 1 Dance. It's something I love, but something I've kind of lost track on, something I've not had chance, just from having a busy life, from doing all the running things and having a job and just general life gets in the way sometimes. So what I'm finding now is I've got that extra bit of time. I'm not ready to give up on those yet, you know. I can understand why people are keen to see the end of the situation, but I don't want to be negative, but unfortunately we're not quite there yet. There's still rules to sort of adhere to, and there's still social distancing measures in place, and until that's finally over, then we really need to sort of stay positive and do the things that can sort of pick us up when we're feeling a bit down. Do you know, of course, my big thing is activity. I took up running, and I took so much from it. This is what I do now. This is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to sort of expand my knowledge and sort of build upon. So if I can pass that on, if I can encourage people, I'm not the fittest person in the world. I'm not the healthiest person in the world sometimes, but it does so much for me in terms of making me feel good. You know, when I can run big events, the achievement's great, the personal sort of, the self-satisfaction, you know, and it makes me feel really good. There's nothing more than I love going out for a run. So tonight, I'm going to get a chance to do that. I'm sure you're aware by now, I'm injured, I can't do that every day. So it's been a real battle, but for tonight, I can do that. Do you know, so why wouldn't I? I need to get out there and do what I want to do. But I also want to feel part of this community we've built, this great setup of where people are encouraging and supportive, particularly of people coming into it. Do you know, not all groups are like that, but we seem to have nailed it, to be honest, for the want of a better word. We seem to have got a real good knack of having real great achievement, but also being humble enough to accept and take new people on board and take them, kind of bring them into the group and make everybody feel exactly the same. And that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to scare anyone into doing too much exercise or too much or activity all the time, or we don't want to be too full on mental health. It's just to get people out there doing something, and the solidarity session is perfect for that. Do you know, it really creates that buzz around it. We have chats in the group before and after, and we all take the photos, like I say, and it's just, again, without it being perfect, without it being what it was, it's an opportunity to do something, but it's also an opportunity to take this whole thing forward. Do you know, we've got to keep moving. Whatever we do in life, we've got to keep moving forward. And we all know, I think we all accept by now, is the pandemic, the situation is going to change the world forever. It might not change everything. We will resume to a huge sort of percentage of normality, but there will be sort of changes, and that those necessarily won't be bad changes. You know, there'll be positive changes we can all take forward and use. You know, I'm learning this. I'm learning how to embrace technology, bring it in to do running. You know, of course, meeting up with people, seeing people face to face. It's always the best way. It's always a great way of sort of. It's always great meeting new people. For me personally, there's no better feeling than getting to know somebody, you know, and you see differences and you see quirkinesses, and those things are fun to learn. But if this is the way it's got to be for now, this is the way it's got to be. So I still want to sort of take on board new people, take people in. So if you want to join us, please do. This is not exclusive to anybody that's been involved before. You know, I see people watching in, people are asking all the time, particularly with the solidarity session. They're really loving these, you know. People are really looking in and saying, can I come along? Of course you can. The more the merrier, you know. You don't even have to take a picture. If you do, it's a bonus because we can add it up and just highlight, again, to motivate and inspire the people around us. And that's what I really want to talk about today. Do you know, all those frustrations that are there, we can use this session to really sort of release some sort of pent-up aggression, you know, and enjoy ourselves again. Do you know, there's people who say to me sometimes, oh, I can't quite make it, or I can do it a bit later or a bit earlier. That's not a problem, but why not make it happen, do you know? Why not, if just plan it in, plan your day a little bit, do you know, make it feel like you're doing something with somebody else. Do you know, there's a lot of people saying, oh, well, I'm a bit low on motivation, I'm struggling a little bit. Make it happen for you. If that's the way you're feeling, you need to make change. It's no good just talking about it. I said this in one of my videos before. It's like with the diet thing I mentioned. Don't just talk about it. You've got to make some sort of change. And without changing, nothing's going to happen. If it's just going to slip into a natural routine and the things you've been doing and it's not working, obviously, because you've said, oh, I'm struggling, then you need to make some sort of positive change. So by fitting something like this, then there's always the opportunity to sort of take it and use it to its absolute potential and really take something from it to improve your own sort of health and your mental health, and feel great about what you're doing. And that's what I want to say today. Do you know, of course, tomorrow we've got it's Global Running Day. So again, I'm looking forward to the fact, because I'm going to try and run 2 days running, do you know. And why am I going to run on Global Running Day? Because I feel it's done so much for me running. So it might only be a name, it might only be just an awareness thing, but running's done so much for me. So if I can sort of use the day to do something a bit different, like I've tried to do by creating a challenge where I'm asking you guys to join me and try and run so many miles, as many as you can, and then share it on a social media by tagging in Do Run in the World. We can see how far we can get. It's just a team effort again, you know. We might get as far as Leicester, we might get as far as London, who knows. But it's just that effort to try something as a team, do you know, following on from today. So far we've been doing that on a Tuesday. Why can't we follow that on to another day? Do you know, normally in the running groups I run, we'd have a Tuesday and a Wednesday. Do you know, it really breaks up the week nicely. It really sort of takes the focus away from whatever else is happening and our busy lives that we all tend to lead. So you can get involved in that as well. Really encourage that. But yeah, really want to sort of reiterate, just stay positive, because things will change. I'm the classic example of that this week. From the back end of last week to the start of this week, not perfect right now, but all the time I'm feeling it coming back. I'm feeling my enthusiasm. Really grateful for the comments last night, guys, and people sharing the video and liking the video. Really, you're instilled a bit of confidence into me again. I was really pleased with it. Not always pleased before I watch it back, but I was really pleased with myself. And again, it gave me that, by putting myself out there, by saying some of the things I've probably been a little bit uncomfortable saying in the past. It made me really sort of confident coming in today and to speak about sort of feeling that bit better and taking things forward and using the power of activity and exercise to really feel good about ourselves again. So if you can do that, if you can join us, I've got to go now because time's cracking on, so got to finish getting ready. Please join us, get out there, use the sun, don't lose it. For now, guys, just doing it.